When you hear the name Chris Brown, you hear a contradiction. Platinum-selling superstar, a dancer with moves smoother than silk, a symbol of controversy wrapped in undeniable talent. Whatever your view, one fact is clear. Chris Brown lives a life most only dream of. How did a boy from a tiny Virginia town become a multi-millionaire powerhouse with one of the most staggering lifestyles in music? More importantly, what is Chris Brown's actual net worth today? In this exclusive deep dive, we're cracking open the vault on Breezy's life, his luxury real estate, fleet of futuristic supercars, bold business ventures, and the personal history that shaped him. From music to mansions, from heartbreak to hustle, this is the full picture of a man still rewriting his legacy, one beat at a time. Once we enter Chris Brown's world, you won't want to leave. Before the platinum records, red carpets, Lamborghinis, and Grammys, before the headlines and flashing lights, there was Christopher Maurice Brown, a wide-eyed kid from Tappahannock, Virginia, a town so small you could miss it in a blink. Born on May 5, 1989, Chris grew up in a modest home. His mother, Joyce Hawkins, ran a daycare with warmth and grit. His father, Clinton Brown, was a local corrections officer with a tough exterior and a soft heart. Life was real, not glamorous. His days were filled with Sunday gospel, after-school chores, and above all, music. Soul music from Marvin Gaye, Al Green, and Anita Baker drifted through the house like perfume. Chris didn't just hear it, he felt it. That was the spark. Soon, hip-hop entered his world. Usher, Tupac, and his ultimate idol, Michael Jackson. He studied every move, every note, every breath MJ took on stage, mimicking him in the mirror like a young man possessed. But while he danced, Chris was battling demons. At 6, his parents' divorce fractured his world. Things darkened when his mother entered an abusive relationship. Chris would hide in fear as she was attacked in the next room, paralyzed and powerless, absorbing every scream. The trauma peaked when her partner attempted suicide with a gunshot to the head. He survived, blind and unstable, plunging the home into chaos that left deep scars. In his raw 2017 documentary, Welcome to My Life, Chris spoke of the helplessness, guilt, and rage he buried. In that darkness, music became his lifeline. By age 10, it was clear he was special. At 11, he stunned a summer camp with a full-throttle performance of Sisqó's Thong Song. Controversial for a kid? Absolutely. But what stayed with people was the confidence, raw magnetism, and vocals far beyond his years. His mother, seeing a star, started driving him to auditions, hoping someone would notice. At 13, someone did. A local production team introduced him to New York industry executives. Soon after, he made his boldest move, dropping out of high school at 16 to pursue music full-time. It was a gamble with no plan B. It paid off. The world was about to meet Chris Brown. When Chris Brown's self-titled debut album dropped in 2005, the industry paused. Here was a 16-year-old with velvet vocals, sharp dance moves, and charisma that burned through the screen. The moment Run It hit the airwaves, everything changed. The single shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making him the first male artist since 1995 to debut at the top. He wasn't just another R&B singer, he was a lightning bolt. It wasn't beginner's luck. His 2007 sophomore album, Exclusive, solidified his place in music royalty with hits like Kiss Kiss, With You, and Forever. His voice was flawless. His dancing a reincarnation of MJ. His stage presence electric. By 2009, he dropped the experimental album Graffiti, laying the groundwork for a reinvention. Then came 2011's FAME, Forgiving All My Enemies. It roared onto the scene, becoming his first Billboard 200 #1 album and earning him his first Grammy for Best R&B Album. Chris was back on top. Look at Me Now became an anthem. Yeah, 3 times burned up the charts. The message was clear. He was just warming up. From there, he was a hit machine. Fortune 2012 was another #1 debut. X 2014 showed stylistic growth. Royalty 2015, named for his daughter, mixed club bangers with fatherhood. Heartbreak on a Full Moon 2017 was a 45-track mammoth that still cracked the top 3. Indigo 2019 became his third #1 debut. And Breezy 2022 proved that nearly 2 decades in, he could still dominate. But Chris Brown is a performer. His tours are sellouts, his moves unmatched. Early on, he opened for Beyoncé and Rihanna. Soon he was headlining his own stadiums worldwide. Selling over 197 million records globally puts him in the same conversation as legends. His trophy case overflows: 1 Grammy, 18 BET Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, and 14 Soul Train Awards. In 2023, he surpassed Elvis Presley for the most RIAA Gold-certified singles by a male vocalist, and became only the 5th artist to score 10 number ones on Billboard's R&B/hip-hop airplay chart. Chris didn't stop at music. In 2007, he hit the big screen and stomped the yard. He had guest spots on The OC, Led This Christmas, and appeared in hits like Takers and Think Like a Man. He even cameoed in the sitcom Blackish. Behind the scenes, he was directing, producing, and choreographing. He was building an empire of art, sound, and spectacle. But his career has been no smooth ride. Fame brought headlines. Headlines brought pressure, and pressure brought chaos. Yet, with every tabloid explosion, he returned stronger. Each time critics declared him finished, he delivered another hit. Chris Brown is a contradiction. Flawed, gifted, broken, brilliant. Above all, he is resilient. And that resilience has made him one of the 21st century's most impactful artists. So with all the fame, plaques, and paychecks, what is he really worth? Let's count it up. As of today, Chris Brown's estimated net worth exceeds $50 million, and some sources place it higher. This isn't just from album sales. Chris built an empire by turning his name into a brand. With 197 million records sold, his discography is a goldmine of sales, streaming revenue, songwriting credits, and production royalties. Then there's touring. His high-octane live shows are major moneymakers, with tours like Heartbreak on a full moon grossing tens of millions globally. Where does someone with that wealth live? Welcome to a modern-day fortress in the hills of Los Angeles. Let's tour Chris Brown's jaw-dropping Tarzana estate. High above the suburbs of Tarzana, California, sits a house that is a statement. Purchased in 2014 for $4.3 million, Chris Brown's primary residence is the physical embodiment of a rich, bold, and unapologetic lifestyle. Sprawled across 0.75 acres, this 8,000-square-foot stunner is less a house and more a kingdom. The layout includes 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 3 separate structures. The main residence, a detached private movie theater with a bar, and a standalone guest house and pool complex resembling a Bali resort. The long winding driveway leads to a striking 2-story facade. Inside, the mood shifts from celebrity to palace. Soaring ceilings, crystal chandeliers, Italian limestone, and ebony hardwood floors whisper luxury. The kitchen is a dream, with Carrara marble countertops, a massive island, and professional-grade appliances. Its elegance meets efficiency. The open concept allows seamless movement from the living room to the dining space to the outdoor patio. French doors reveal a home office, while a library offers quiet refuge. It's a design that says, "I work hard, but I live harder." Outside, Southern California shines. A resort-style pool is surrounded by plush loungers and manicured landscaping. There's a spa, a full outdoor kitchen, and a chandelier-lit dining pavilion. With a weatherproof TV and an outdoor projector, it's Breezy's private resort. What truly sets this estate apart is upstairs, Chris Brown's personal recording studio. Soundproofed and state-of-the-art, with its own bathroom and balcony, this creative sanctuary has likely birthed dozens of hits. The primary suite occupies a private wing, complete with a fireplace, private terrace, and a spa-inspired bathroom. Even the walk-in closets are next level, spacious enough for an entire sneaker collection. Downstairs, more ensuite bedrooms accommodate family or staff. Every detail is curated for harmony. Stylish but never cold. Impressive yet livable. The guest house offers total privacy with a grassy lawn and a cozy fire pit. This mansion reflects Chris Brown's evolution from troubled genius to disciplined creator. It's a life built on his own terms. But while the house is the throne, the garage is where royalty rides. Ready to meet the monsters under the hood? Let's tour Chris Brown's unbelievable car collection. Chris Brown's garage isn't a parking space. It's a museum of horsepower. He collects machines, each louder, faster, and flashier than the last. The crown jewel is the Bugatti Veyron, a mechanical masterpiece with a 1,001 horsepower quad, turbocharged W16 engine. Once the world's fastest production car, its futuristic curves command attention. He doesn't just drive it, he owns it. Then the American Beast, a 2010 Dodge Viper. Raw, brutal, and loud, its 8.4-liter V10 engine is a love letter to old-school muscle. No superstar garage is complete without a Lamborghini.
First, the 2014 Gallardo, a V10 that purrs like a lion. But that's just the appetizer. The 2022 Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Superveloce Jota is a street-legal rocket with 770 horsepower and a carbon fiber body. It's poetry in motion. Brown is also a man of the future, owning a Faraday Future FF91. This next-gen electric SUV hits 60 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds, packed with AI tech that proves Chris helps shape trends. There's also the iconic Porsche 911, sleek, classic, timeless. It's speed with sophistication. Now for the wild side. The Rezvani Beast is an ultra-light, aggressive supercar with a 500 horsepower engine and a cyberpunk design. But its big brother is the Rezvani Tank. This armored, bulletproof SUV features night vision and can survive terrain most cars wouldn't dare touch. For Chris, it's security on wheels and a loud flex on LA streets. Rounding out the collection is the Rolls-Royce Wraith, the finale of refinement. Powered by a 624 horsepower, 6.6-liter twin-turbo V12, the Wraith glides like a cloud, featuring handcrafted leather and the iconic Starlight headliner that mimics a starry sky. Chris Brown's car collection is a rolling biography, reflecting the performer, the rebel, the futurist, and the icon. But he's not just about owning things. He's about building empires. Let's look at the ventures powering his wealth far beyond music. It began in 2007 with his label, Chris Brown Entertainment, CBE, under Interscope Records. It first served as a launchpad for artists like Sevyn Streeter and Kevin McCall, but by 2014, Chris used CBE to take full creative control of his own work. He became an executive. In 2009, he launched Mechanical Dummy, a lifestyle blog on music, fashion, and tech that let fans inside his tastemaker mind. Then, the surprise twist, burgers. In 2015, Brown revealed he owned 14 Burger King franchises, a genius example of passive income. He held them for several years before selling, proving his business savvy. Fashion is where he truly left his mark. In 2012, he launched the streetwear label Black Pyramid. By 2016, a partnership with Snipes brought the brand to malls across Europe and North America. It wasn't just merch, it was a movement. His modeling resume is equally stacked, as the face of Bape Black Label and campaigns for Philip Plein. Then came the wild card, cereal. In 2021, Chris launched Breezy's Cosmic Crunch, a collectible breakfast item that sold out instantly. In 2022, he pivoted to the future with NFT collections like the Oracles and the Breezyverse, merging music with tech. Perhaps his boldest move came in 2023, when he entered the booming cannabis industry with Bussin', his own line of high-end recreational cannabis. The same year, he became co-creation officer and ambassador for Faraday Future, helping shape their EVs. The common thread in these ventures is vision. Chris Brown isn't chasing trends, he's setting them, proving that smart risks and authentic self-expression can turn fame into a foundation. But a human story always lies behind the empire. Let's look at the man behind the brand. His personal life was never private. In 2007, he began dating Rihanna, two rising stars enchanting the world, until it all shattered in 2009. The domestic violence incident before the Grammys changed their lives forever. The public was stunned. Chris's squeaky clean image was destroyed. Behind the headlines was a 19-year-old grappling with guilt and a life spiraling out of control. In the years that followed, his love life remained messy. His on-again, off-again relationship with Karrueche Tran was marked by passion and betrayal, ending when news broke that Chris had fathered a child with another woman. That began a new chapter, fatherhood. Now a father of 3, his role as a dad has grounded him in a way fame never could. He shares dance-offs and quiet cuddles on social media, creating the stability he never had. Faith has also been a cornerstone. Raised in the church, Chris often speaks about his belief in God as a means of survival. After jail time in 2014, he emerged with renewed humility, praying not for success, but for peace. Legal troubles followed him for years, from club altercations to lawsuits. Beneath the chaos was something deeper. In 2013, a court-mandated rehab stay led to a diagnosis of bipolar II disorder and PTSD. Chris admitted to self-medicating with lean, Xanax, and marijuana. Former security guards would check his pulse at night,